Hello everybody. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is good. I am doing really well. We woke up to, snow again, and it's really weird in the spring how it like just snows and the flakes are just gigantic and then it stops and now the sun is out. And so it's done that off and on all day. So right now it is sunny, so that's kind of cool. We like the sun here. I hope everyone is doing good today. I wasn't able to get on yesterday. My whole family was hit with the stomach flu. I was hoping that I would be spared, kind of like the last man standing, but it was not to be, and I was the last man to fall. So I'm feeling a lot better today, so that's why I'm live today, because I thought, well, I've got to do it because I've got the projects planned, and I want to show you guys some fun stuff, and I always want to share the tips and tricks that I have. Stamping, because I do have some tips and tricks. Hello, Kathy. Thank you. I am feeling better. I do have lots of tips and tricks to share. I mean, I've been stamping. I'll be having my 15-year anniversary next month, so be on the lookout for some kind of a special. I have no idea what it's going to be yet, but I will be planning that this weekend. So, yeah, 15 years I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and to think I signed up because I wanted a discount. That was the only reason I signed up, because my husband was complaining that I was spending too much money on my crafting supplies. So I checked into what it would cost to actually become a demonstrator, figured, you know, I could buy some stuff for a few months and then I could just drop if it didn't work out for me. But it did work out for me, and I'm still here, and I've been having the time of my life. I love this job. It's the best job you could ever have. So, that leads me into that we still have a few days left for you guys to take advantage of our starter kit special, which is the standard starter kit is always $99 plus tax, but during celebration you can pick 2 additional stamp sets of your choice, whatever price you want, except for the host sets, of course, and the celebration items, but any 2 stamp sets you want. So I mean, there's some pretty spendy stamp sets in the catalog, and you could get 2 of them for free if you sign up on my team before Saturday at like 11 o'clock my time, which is mountain time. So it'd be 1 a.m. Eastern, I guess. Anyway, so that is still going on, the celebration special. Obviously your orders, purchase with orders, you still get some, good Lord, words are hard right now. Celebration items for your orders is what I'm trying to say. So when you place orders with me, you not only get free stuff from Celebration, but I always have free stuff for you as well. I always have a monthly card tutorial that has about 10 card ideas that I share with you, that has complete instructions, cutting guides, supply list, all that good stuff. And then in addition to that, I always offer something else for free with a certain dollar amount of order. And of course, I base that on what the item costs me. And so that's what I base what you would need to spend to get that item. So right now it's the glitter and clear epoxy shapes. They're shown in the occasions catalog. I can't think of what page they're on right now, but they're with the rainbow set, which is really awesome. So, free gifts with purchase all the time. And also, in addition to that, right now, I'm trying to meet my celebration sales goal. And so for all orders that are placed with me now, and of course, throughout the entire month of March, I just didn't do it this last week because people have ordered from me, you know, last week, and I didn't want you to be left out. So if you've ordered from me at all this month or plan to order from me this month, just know that every order you place with me, I will put your name into a drawing for the giveaway. And I'm giving away the, where is it? You're not prepared. Ta-da! The barn door stamp set, or no, yeah, barn door stamp set and the sliding door framelit. So I'm giving these away along with a package of the 6x6 Picture Perfect Party Designer Series paper, a package of the self-adhesive backed sequins, and a package of my handmade cards, which will be 20 handmade cards in there. So there's 4 items that you can win. All you gotta do is place an order with me, any size order, and then for every $25 you spend, you get an additional ticket. So just for ordering, you get a ticket, extra $25 increments, you get more tickets. So I just want to say thank you for helping me reach my goal. I am very, very close. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's exciting for me. So I do have, let's see, I've got to look at my list here. Talk about the In Color collection. I've mentioned this numerous times before, but I want to keep mentioning it. Oh, Denise says I'm looking good. Thank you, Denise. I had my eye checked today, and he said it's looking good. So yay for that. In Colors. Emerald Envy, Dapper Denim, Sweet Sugar Plum, Flirty Flamingo, Peekaboo Peach will all be retiring. And I've mentioned this before, Stampin' Up! Will make the official announcement next month after the on-stage kind of convention event where they will put the retiring lists out. And then everybody will know, oh my gosh, those colors are retiring. I have to race to the store and buy them all. And then stuff's going to sell out. I have no idea what colors will sell out, but every single year there are some ink refills and some cardstock that sells out. This year, I don't have any idea what colors that's going to be, but I'm sure that some's going to sell out. So right now they're good. So I recommend, especially now during celebration, it's the best time to order because you get free stuff when you stock up on your cardstock and ink refills and any matching ribbons that you like, any coordinating designer series papers, any other little embellishments that might include those items. Go ahead and get those now so you don't get sad face when you can't get it, because I hate that. It makes me sad. Also, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you plan on becoming, or you want to stay a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I highly recommend purchasing the 12-month subscription right now, because you do get 4 celebration items with that and some host rewards. So that's the best deal that you can do right now. So that was the In Colors. We talked about the Paper Pumpkin. I do have cards for sale. The link is on my blog at barbstamps.com. So I have tons of cards, as you guys know. I mean, I make a set of cards so that I know what I'm going to make for these Facebook Lives. Then I make the card again while we are live. So, I mean, I make at least 6 to 8 cards a week just for Facebook Live, in addition to all the other cards that I make, swaps that I participate in. So, I mean, I've got a lot of cards here, people. So please take them off my hands. Okay, and now for the winner of the cards, and I see that she's just joined us. Last week's card winner, Roseanne. It's you. I see you on here. So Roseanne shared my video last week, so thank you so much, Roseanne. I really appreciate that. And so I do put everyone's name in a drawing that shares my video, and then I go ahead and draw someone's name, and this happened to be Roseanne, and I actually do know Roseanne. She is one of my local customers, so I will have those for you, Roseanne. Congratulations. All right, guys, I think I've babbled long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera. Let's hope that it goes smooth. You always hope that it does. And yay, that was a pretty dang smooth transition, I must say. All right, let me get my first bucket of stuff out here. Now I will put my glasses on. Oh, and by the way, my glasses are still broken. Still held together with duct tape, which is actually working out quite well, I might add. All right, put my glasses back on. We are going to be making a rainbow card today. And so we're going to be using a couple of the In Colors that are retiring, along with some of the other colors. Let me put these in order of how I want to stamp them. Okay, so we're going to have a rainbow of beautiful colors today, and then of course black. And we're going to be using the Work of Art stamp set. I've chosen this kind of swoosh stamp today, so I've got that ready to go. I've also got, oh my gosh, what's that from? The Window Shopping stamp set. Here it is. So here's the Window Shopping stamp set. This actually coordinates with one of our boxes. It's one of the hexagon boxes, and so we're going to be using the Thanks for Being a Great Friend stamp. So I've got that here for the black. And let me get my cardstock pieces out here. I've already got those cut, because who wants to watch me cut cardstock on camera? Boring! All right, let me open up these ink pads. Oh, you know what? I think I've got them backwards. I'm going to start with my Wisteria Wonder, so I'll just have to try to make a mental note to go the opposite direction. Sometimes, yeah, we'll see what happens. Sometimes I lose my mind. Okay, and I may have to take this sweater off. It's got kind of a long sleeve. And I'm afraid that it's going to get in the way of our stamping. All right, so there's the Wisteria Wonder. And now I'm going to have to clean my stamp off between each color. So I've gone ahead and got that off. Now we're going to move into the Pool Party. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Obviously, perfection would be nice, but it just doesn't always work out that way. Oh, can you even see what I'm doing? I hope so. And then we're going to get the Wild Wasabi in here. Hello, Julie Williamson from Rainy, Colorado. Yes, I can relate. We have that yucky wet snow, which is almost like rain, so it's just wet out there everywhere. That was so saffron. Now we're going to move into one of the colors that's retiring, the Peekaboo Peach. And about like so. And then our last color is going to be the Flirty Flamingo, which is another color that's retiring. How about like that? That actually worked out good, you guys. I am so impressed with myself because I actually had a couple other pieces of cardstock cut because I thought, oh, what if I can't get them lined up? But you know, the stamp really makes it easy to line stuff up because it doesn't need to be perfect. It's not an exact arc. And so not being perfect with it is totally fine. All right, I'm going to close all of these up because I don't need these anymore. And there's my piece right there. And now I can go ahead and bring in my greeting. And this is going to be like a super, super simple card, you guys. You can whip this out in no time. All right, so let me, right down here at the bottom is where I kind of want that to go. And it's black, so it should show up pretty good. And I am using our archival black. It's a nice, rich, deep black. And so that's really great. All right, so I've got some of that I need. I've got some rhinestones here. Oh, I should mention that my April host code. We're going to just go ahead and start with the April host code. So all orders that you place starting now, go ahead and use that April host code. If you end up using the March, it doesn't make any difference, but we're going to bring out a new host code now. So we'll go with that. Okay, so I'm going to layer these pieces together. So this piece of white, I should tell you what it measures. And I believe it's a 3.5 by 5. But I'll get my ruler out and we will check it to make sure. Okay, that is a 3.5, yes, and that is 5. And then my black is like, I add 3, about 1/4 inch, so that's 3 3/4 by just a hair under 5 1/4. All right. So remember, guys, while you're watching me, you can share the video. There should be a little share button right below what you're seeing here. And you can share that to your page and let your friends know that I'm live in case any of your crafty friends would like to watch me make some cute cards. So like I said, this was going to be a super simple card. The layering pieces are very easy to create. There's not a whole lot of weird dimensions to them or anything. And I did go ahead and put that on at a little bit of an angle, a little bit cockeyed, just because I thought that looked kind of cool. And now my last thing is going to be some black baker's twine. And I'm going to wrap that around, make a bow out of it. And then the thing about bows is in the manipulation, I find. You can manipulate bows to pretty much do whatever you want. So I just keep pulling the ears tight, and then the loops, pull them a little bit, then tie them together until they're about what I like. Get some scissors out here. And I actually want these to be fairly long. I'm just going to end up putting that right there. I need a mini glue dot. Bring in the glue dots here. Oh, now I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see all these glue dots that are not covered up by the piece of paper? This must have been something that happened in a class that I had last week where somebody tore off, you know, so here's the last glue dot, so let's tear this off. Don't do that. When you have glue dots, you want to make sure that your protective paper covers up every glue dot on the roll and then you tear it off. Because otherwise, when you stick that back in your box, these exposed glue dots are going to get stuck on the inside of the box and then you will lose them. And I am just not a fan of wasting anything. And so there's a little tip for you guys. Always make sure all your glue dots are covered with the protective paper and then tear off the excess. Don't leave the glue dots exposed. Naked glue dots, bad, bad, bad thing. All right, so there is that. And I'm going to put my glue dots not inside the box until I use all of those exposed ones. And now I need a piercing tool because, as we've mentioned numerous times in my videos and on a Facebook Live, I don't have any fingernails. Well, I mean, I have a nail, but it just doesn't extend past the tip of my finger. And so it's hard for me to sometimes get these little jewels off of my backing sheet. So there it is. There is my fun rainbow card for you guys today. And now remember, sharing the video gets you into the drawing for the cards that I make. So next week I'll draw the name from whoever shared the video. Someone's going to win all the cards like Roseanne did this week. And then I wanted to also show you guys this one. This was the first one that I came up with yesterday when I was messing around down here last night. It uses this stamp here that's also in the set, which is really cool. And it just gives a really different look. I didn't like it as well as I liked the swoosh, but it's not terrible. So I can certainly make a card out of this as well. And then I'll have 2 cards. And you know what? Look what I just did, you guys. Look how this card opens. Backwards. Brilliant. So what I'm going to do before I actually mail this to one of you is I'm going to remove this from the front of the card, and I'm going to glue it on a card base that actually opens the proper way. So be on the lookout for that. If nothing else, when you guys are watching me live, you probably laugh, which I hope is true, because I find it hilarious that I do stupid stuff like that, and I do stupid stuff like that frequently. And like I've said before, if I was doing a regular video for YouTube, you would have never seen that, because I would have deleted that and done it over. All right, moving on. We are moving on to this stamp set, which is called the Happy Celebration stamp set. And it goes along with the Celebrations Duos Textured Impressions embossing folders. And this is one of them. This one says Happy, which I think you can see. And the other one, let me grab a card here because I don't have the die with me. But the other one says Celebrate. And so you would emboss your paper, and then you can do other things to kind of make that word pop after you emboss it. So this is a card I made last year. It actually was kind of a reject card. I wasn't super happy with it. I don't know. It just didn't speak to me like some cards speak to me. So, well, Roseanne, the first card was made with Work of Art stamp set. Okay. She missed that. Oh, my chair is turned the wrong way, you guys. I'm going to trip over it. Okay, so the folders come with the Happy and the Celebrate. Sorry, I got a little off topic there. We're going to use the Happy today along with the stamp set. And the stamp set is actually like it's a quite large stamp set. It's got a lot of images in here. And you know what I should have done? Well, maybe next week we can do this. These 3 Happies, you can stamp them together to make really cool effects with this. And I think the Stamparatus would be the perfect thing for these 3 Happies. So maybe next week we'll use our Stamparatus and do a card with all these Happies. But for this week, we're using the 2 circles and a couple of the sentiments that are in here. And I've got those already on some blocks. So here they are. And I need some cardstock. Oh my heck, you guys. I didn't cut any cardstock. Well, let's see. This should be easy enough to remedy. And here I thought I was prepared. Wrong! Okay, well, now you guys might have to listen to me cut cardstock, which I said I would never do, and yet here I am doing it. Oh, for heaven's sakes. For heaven's sakes. Or actually, maybe we'll put this other card in and we'll do this, and maybe I can sneak in cutting the cardstock when you're not paying attention, because I feel bad. That's terrible. That's totally unprepared on my part. Okay, we're going to do this card instead. So, this next card that we're going to do instead of that one, while I try to fake my way through the cutting of the cardstock, is going to be using the watercolor wings. And we're only going to be using this tiny little piece right here, the butterfly antenna out of that, because we're going to use die cuts to do everything else. So we're also going to be using these 2 sets of framelits. We've got the bold butterfly framelits and the butterflies framelits. And we're going to be using this one out of this set here, which is the butterfly thinlits, and it coordinates with this one here. That one, and I think we're going to use that little guy too. So let me put these away and grab my paper out of here. Where's it at? Okay, and some of these things I did already die cut because, I don't know, sometimes I feel like, you know, because my Big Shot's behind me and I don't want you guys to have to sit around and think, oh, she's die cutting stuff again. Boring. Okay, so I have 2 of the large solid pieces right there, and then I have 1 of the detailed butterfly, and then I have the small detailed butterfly cut out of some of our Myths and Magic Designer Series paper Glimmer paper, designer series paper. Jeez, what are you talking about, Barb? So I've got those 3 things right there. And now I'm going to sneak over here and cut 1 piece of paper. So maybe if I do it like that, you guys won't really pay any attention. Okay. We're also going to be using this paper, which is out of the Whole Lot of Lovely. Oh, where is it? It's back here. The Whole Lot of Lovely designer series paper. And this is one that will be retiring for sure because it does have Peekaboo Peach in it. So this is one of the patterns in this package. And then we have one that has some, these must be peaches because they're mostly Peekaboo Peach. With some dandelions on the back side. We've got this gorgeous paper with some pool party and some crushed curry accents. Some Tranquil Tide stripes. Some powder pink spots, some little tiny pool party flowers. This is kind of a really nice powder pink piece. The leaves in, that must be like wild wasabi. And then this one is really pretty also. I love that too. And then the black polka dots. So we've got those patterns in this package, and I chose that piece to use. And then I also have a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, which measures 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scored it and folded it in half. All right. So sliding those out of the way, we are now going to add some adhesive to this piece here. And we'll just get this onto the front of the card. About like so. Does that look even? Pretty close, I think. All right, now I'm going to sneak over here and cut another piece of cardstock. See how this is working out? Working out great, and now I think I'm already done. Okay, so we've got this together. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make kind of a cool kind of pop-up card, and we're going to use our classic label punch, which makes a nice slot. And so I'm going to take the edge of my card and I'm going to slide this in all the way. I do have a little bit of distance up here. That's about 1/4 inch between the punch and the designer series paper, and I'm just going to punch that out. And then I'm going to keep it pushed in all the way, and I'm going to come down a little bit farther, so maybe about 3/4 inch, and I'm going to punch again. So I have this slot here out of the front of the card. All right, so now taking the butterflies, I did score this one already right down the middle. Bring my trimmer in here, and I'll kind of show you how I just kind of eyeball that. So I just take the butterfly's body, so his head's right here, and his bottom is down there, and I just lay that on my trimmer. And so I'm just putting it so that the bottom of the bottom, top of the head is right there in the track, and I'm just going to score it, okay? And then I can fold that really easily. And I do want to fold that against itself and use my bone folder to get that done. And I've already got this one scored, so we're going to do the same thing here. Use my bone folder. So now I have 2 wing pieces that will pop up. This detailed die cut here, I'm going to just place over the top of those, so like so. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue to that. A little bit right around the edges here. Not a whole lot. I just need enough so it'll stick, but I don't want to make a mess. So I'm just using the tiniest bit, and if I feel like I have too big of a blob, I'm just going to use my finger to kind of smear that so that it doesn't be too blobby, if that's a word. All right, so these are folded, and then we're just going to lay those together. Roseanne wants to know what the name of the paper is. It's called, oh my gosh, I just lost it. It's called Lovely. Sorry, you guys. Oh, A Whole Lot of Lovely is what the paper is called, Roseanne. Okay, so then we're going to stick this one on. All right. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Remember, if you're just joining us, to please share the video on your Facebook page. So just click the little share button and share away. All right. So now this is what we have. So we took those 2 folded pieces and we glued them to the butterfly on the front, which is also now folded in half. Then I'm going to take this little detailed one that's tiny, and I'm going to add some glue to the back of that. Again, if you get too much, just use your finger to kind of dab it off. And we're going to add him right over the front. Press that down, and while I'm doing that, I'm I'm going to kind of rub this glue off my hand so that I don't make a mess. I'm going to pull my sleeves up because my sleeves they're bothering me. They're getting in the way. Okay, so while that dries, I'm going to bring my card back in and I'm going to add some ribbon. Now I need some help here, you guys. I've got 4 ribbon choices and I can't decide which piece of ribbon I want to stick on here. I've got the white, which is gorgeous, but you can kind of see through it, so I'm thinking, I don't know about if I want that for sure. I've got black shimmer, which is beautiful. So if anybody has an opinion, please let me know what you might think. I have the Pool Party shimmer. And while we're discussing that, I'm going to get a piece of cardstock out from my other card so that I can pretend like I had it all together and you guys didn't know that I wasn't ready. Pool Party, or, oh, somebody already said green. Jerry says green, or the green. So I'm assuming Julie agrees with Jerry and wants to go green. So we're basically going to end up having something like this. So people think green, yay, green. Pool Party pops. Ah, Denise. Now Denise is throwing a wrench into the thing here. Pool Party? The Pool Party does look kind of good with the butterfly though, because they're both Pool Party. Well, I have 3 of each. 4 pool parties now, you guys. What are we thinking? I think we'll go with the Pool Party just because I kind of like that myself, but I do like the green too. Oh, all right. Majority rules. 4 of you said Pool Party, so Pool Party it is. Okay, so we're just going to wrap this around. And this is one where I can't do my cheating ribbon trick where I cut it and tape it down, so I'm going to have to actually tie a tight knot. So I'm just going to try to get a tight knot on here. I'm going to pull that over just a little bit. All right, let's see how we can do it. All right, so we'll do this. And I just try to, when I'm tying my knots, I just try to, when I pull this flat, I like this knot to be like that so that both sides are still nice and flat. And then I'm going to bring this piece to the front, wrap my tail around, still keeping my finger on that to make it tight, and pulling on the right side for the most part. And there it is. We'll snip that off, and that way I didn't really waste that much ribbon is all I wasted. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, I lied. I'm going to cut this off just a tiny bit more, so I wasted a tiny bit of excess. Make that nice and straight. Okay. Sorry with you girls that wanted it to be green. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it and post it with the blue, and then I'll take a picture of it with the green and post it with the green, and that way you guys can sort of see what may have been. Okay? All right, so this should be dry. So now I'm going to kind of fold this in the middle just so my little butterfly also folds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this to the inside, but I'm going to glue it just those bottom pieces of the butterfly so that this is going to come up through the front of the card and actually do this. So when someone needs to open it, they can just close the butterfly's wings, open it up, and there it is. So that is why you want to have these 2 pieces on the back that are folded together, because they'll act as kind of like a spring of sorts. All right. Oh, come out of here, glue. Well, apparently that glue does not want to come out. This one should, because I just used it on my last project. There we go. And actually, I'm going to kind of stick those together because that looked like more glue than I think I actually needed. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line this up so that I can see the body on the front of the card, and that it's a little bit towards the bottom because the wings are larger, so they need to be able to close up and still come through the slot. So that's why we made the slot a little bit larger. So I want the body to be about like so. So I'm going to hold my finger on it and turn it over. It looks like it's nice and even and straight. So we're just going to close the card onto that glue, and then the wings will be stuck there. All right. So those bottom wings are stuck. We will press them closed again. And then here we go. That comes up through the middle. And here is our butterfly card. Isn't that cool? I think I'm going to push this ribbon up just a hair. And that's that. And so you can either put something like a little banner greeting here to say whatever you want to say. You can open it up and you could stamp something on the inside. Maybe next to the butterfly, write your message here, or you could write it on the back. You can do kind of whatever you want. So I had a lot of fun with this kind of card, you guys. I actually made a couple more. Here's another one I made with some of the Designer Series paper that is also going to retire this year. This is called I think it's called Picture Perfect. if I remember right. And so this one uses Emerald Envy and the flamingo, Flirty Flamingo. And then the paper, none of these flowers were colored yellow, but I wanted the yellow to pop a little bit more. The centers of the flowers were kind of yellowish. So I did color some of the flowers yellow, and then I added the crushed curry satin stitched ribbon. And the 2 butterflies, I mounted them on white. The solids butterflies were white in this case. Emerald Envy was the detailed, and then I did the Flirty Flamingo on that. And so same thing, you pop it open and you have plenty of room to write a message or stamp a message, whatever you want to do. And so I just thought that was kind of cool. And then one that I whipped up today, which I thought would be really awesome for a wedding. And I hadn't actually decided what I was going to do with this piece here, but I think I'm going to actually go back and do some of this white glitter paper and stick it on here because I thought that would be really cool. And I did use some of the, this is powder pink or pink pirouette, I can't remember, shimmer ribbon on the front. And this is some of the Springtime Foils Designer Series paper that are free with a $50 order right now. Use the host code. And so this is the same thing. Plenty of room to write your message. The main butterflies were done on white, so they just kind of blend in to this. And what you can do with this butterfly, if you want, is pull the antennas out of this stamp set here. If you have this, some of you may already have this stamp set. I think we've had it in the catalog for a couple of years anyway. And I've got a clear block here. So we've got some antenna there. I've got a basic gray ink pad. And we're going to try to stamp our antennas. And actually, I'm going to do that on this card too. We're going to close those butterfly wings and stamp the antenna so that when you open the card, the butterfly has his antenna on there. So let me get this one open. Lightly ink that up. And stamp it down. So there you go. Got some antennas on there. I just about forgot to do that. And all of a sudden I saw the stamp set sitting there. And I went, oh my heavens, we need to do some antennas. Okay, so those are the 3 butterfly cards. So those are very, very cool. Hopefully you guys liked that. I really thought it was nifty. So that's why I wanted to share it with you guys, because I thought you would enjoy it also. Let me put some of these items back in their bucket. And now we will come back in with the cardstock pieces that I sneakily cut while you guys were watching other stuff. Okay, so like I said before, we do have the happy folder here that we're going to use on this white piece. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my happy in here. I'm going to line it up so it's kind of over to the right hand side. I want a little bit of the cardstock showing out the bottom because I want enough room to put a greeting on there. And then I'm going to run this through the Big Shot. So hang on, I'll be right back. Well, I guess I can't really go anywhere. I'm kind of like right behind you guys here. Remember to share the video if you think about it and be entered in the drawing for the free cards. Okay, so here is what we get when we get through embossing that. We get the happy that's embossed, which is very cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some ink pads. And we've got Bermuda Bay, Lemon Lime Twist, and the Pool Party, which is in here somewhere. Because I just love, love, love these colors together. They're so pretty. And we did talk about the stamp set that we're going to use, the Happy Celebrations. We're going to use these 2 circles, images, and then a couple of these sentiments. And so here they are right here. And so I'm going to start out with the Lemon Lime Twist color. And I'm just going to ink this up, and I'm just going to kind of randomly sort of stamp it. Actually, I might need a foam pad. Let me grab that here. Since I'm using photopolymer stamps, I should probably use a foam pad. It just gives you a little bit better impression that way. All right, so we're going to ink this up again. We're going to come over here, kind of try to catch that P, and then we're going to come over here and catch that H with the large one. And now I am going to clean that off because I do need to use that again in the Pool Party. But before I do the Pool Party, I'm going to bring in the Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to sort of kind of, what I'm trying to do is just try to fill in the spots where I don't have any ink yet. And maybe up there, like so. And then bringing in the Pool Party. And it looks like I don't even have ink on this when I'm inking it up. That's kind of weird. but yet it does end up stamping. So that's what we've done so far. So we covered up the happy and looks really good, I think. So now I'm going to close these pads so that I don't make a gigantic mess. But actually, first what I want to do is I want to do an inside panel, which I think I'm going to get here. And I think we'll stamp a few circles, a few random circles on this because I think that would look pretty cool. So we'll kind of do them down here at the bottom. So maybe a pool party down there in the corner. Clean that off, bring in the lemon lime twist. And actually, I should be stamping on my piece of ugly cardstock that I always seem to use when I'm doing this. And then we'll take the small stamp and we'll do the Bermuda Bay. How about like that? And maybe up here in the corner with the Bermuda. And maybe the lemon lime twist also. So that's going to be the inside of our card. So we'll set that aside. Close up these pads, like I said, so I don't make a gigantic mess like I have been known to do. Bring in some of our Memento ink. And then the two sentiments that I chose was so very and for you. So we're going to say so very. We're going to stamp that right above the P. Like that. And then the for you, we're going to stamp at the bottom down here. Let's hope that's straight. It's pretty straight. I'm okay with that. And so that is, and this card is also super simple, you guys. Whoops, I've got to cut this down just a hair. Because as I was cutting the cardstock, I didn't cut it the right size. Haha. And so it wasn't going to layer onto my yummy lemon lime twist. So now we're going to, that's the glue that won't come out. So we're going to use this glue instead. Add some glue. Get that layered on there like so. Okay. Like that. And then we're going to use a Bermuda Bay card base. So we'll fold that in half. Bone folder out, get that. But before I do this, I do want to add some ribbon, and I've chosen our lemon lime twist ombre ribbon, which is so pretty. And we actually have ombre ribbon in 3 colors. We have it in the lemon lime twist, the island indigo, and the calypso coral. I have to say the lemon lime twist is my fave. And if they retire it, well, I guess I'm just going to cry because that's about all you can do. Okay, so here's my little ribbon trick. We will do this quickly. I like to tie it around something. I find that just gives me something stable to hold on to and seems to make the perfect size. And our Stampin' Mist bottle is just about the perfect size for this particular thing. Snip that off. And then you can just manipulate it a little bit. And we will snip this edge off, and again, wasting very little ribbon doing this trick. Okay, and so then I'm going to want my knot about like so. So then I'm just going to cut it right there, and then I will grab a couple pieces of Scotch tape. And my camera's wiggling, sorry guys. And do this. The knot's about right there. Wrap that around, tape it to the back. And the knot, make sure that it's nice and straight and tight. And then we're going to just add this to the front of the card with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I try not to put my dimensionals on top of my ribbon if I can help it, only because then that just increases the bulk of the card and might make it not the same height, depth. Does that make any sense? I hope so. And I did my little trick where I pushed my tiny little fingernail into my the backings of my dimensionals, and then they pop off really easily. And so here we go. card is done. Super simple. Another super simple card. I think every card we made was like super simple today, you guys. And I do have a couple others that I made using the same technique. This one is basically exactly the same. I just used a different type of twine. I used some Pool Party Baker's twine up there. And then this one I did using, and this was kind of one that I wasn't as happy with because the colors that I chose were kind of dark, and so the happy I don't think pops nearly as well as it does on the lighter colors. But I do like it, and I used Rich Razzleberry and Sweet Sugar Plum and Pacific Point, which I thought was kind of a weird combination, but it actually works, I think. And then I do have a strip of the Rich Razzleberry washi tape that goes across the top of this rather than ribbon. And then here's a little trick I learned from one of my stamping BFFs, Dina. If you take some of our mini sequin trim, kind of wrap it up in circles and then staple it to your project, it does give a pretty cool effect. So this one's just a happy birthday card, and these are So Very Happy For You, which could actually mean, you know, lots of different things that you could use with a So Very Happy For You card. So those are my 3 cards. Let me find them all so you know what you're going to have the chance to win. And remember that your card will not open backwards because I will fix it before I mail it to you. So these are the 3 cards. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please share the video. If you're watching this on YouTube when I upload it, give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. April orders, or now, you can start using the host code now. Here's my host code for now. And the free gifts with purchase while I'm trying to meet my celebration goal. So anything you can do to help me, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh my gosh, we forgot to stick this on the inside. I just saw it sitting there. I set it aside and then I never did anything with it. So we're going to actually set that on the inside. And so when you do get this card, you're going to get the inside too. And then you can stamp something or write a nice message, whatever you want to do. So that concludes our Facebook Live today, guys. And actually, I don't know, do you guys prefer it being on Thursday afternoons, or does Wednesday morning work better? Because I ended up being live last week on Thursday, late morning. If you do have a preference, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Have any questions or comments about the cards that I made, leave the comments below. I'm happy to answer them for you. And I guess that's all I have for you guys today. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.